Second generation Honda Odyssey. Here we have a situation in which the rear window motors are not operating. So we hear a relay clicking, but the motor's not doing anything. So now we gotta get to the actual motor and test it. But first we gotta remove this cover, this trim piece. And on the driver's side, it's the easiest. So let's begin there. Right here at this top, you can see this gap. That's a great place to put in a trim tool. You can get these basically anywhere. Just start from the top and work your way down. At this point, we have this cover off. I cut out some of the footage because it's just me meticulously getting this piece out. If you guys like to see stuff like that, check out the video by the Problematic 21. He also has some funny commentary in that video. With the motor exposed, we're gonna remove this connector that was right here. You just push on this tab, push in and then pull out. And now we're connected to the 2 pins via these wires. If we look at this graphic, we can see that pin 1 would be that yellow and pin 2 would be that blue. Pin 1 on the left side, pin wire towards the wall. I mean pin 2 towards the wall. Pin wire. I'm starting to sound like the Problematic 21 over here. So basically we're going to feed power to this one, pin 1, and ground to pin 2. We're using a simple power probe connected to a separate power source. And here we go. We fed 12 volts to this and it did not operate. Most likely it's a burnt motor. So let's go ahead and replace this. To remove the rear window motor, you're going to remove 4 bolts. Socket size, 10 millimeters. Now when you disconnect it from here, from the actual window, this piece is on the window and you're going to slide this out like that. Might need a lot of force. It's a simple ball socket. And when you put it back into position, you just snap it back into position. Not much to it. Now let's move on to the most difficult one. The passenger rear window motor. You ready for this? At this point, the upper trim has been removed. Now let's start working on disconnecting the lower trim. We're gonna start by removing this piece. I call it the hidden Phillips. And we're gonna call it hidden Phillips for the rest of this video. You're gonna grab a sewing needle or even a pick, jam it in the middle right here to open up this latch. Do not jam it from the bottom because you're gonna end up breaking it. And then remove this Phillips head screw. I call it the hidden Phillips, Now it makes sense, right? It should look like this. Hidden Phillips. Now we're gonna remove this rear trim piece. This little hook, it could be either right here or right here. In this case, we have it on this side. Socket size, 12 millimeter, remove that bolt, removes the hook. There's 2 hidden Phillips. The little hidden Phillips clips on the edges. Once you got them out, you can pull up. So we're gonna grab this trim piece at the very bottom and then pull up. There we go. Now we'll remove this speaker cover. With the trim tool, jam it at this upper corner, and then it's like a door. It hinges out like that. Now we're gonna remove 3 Phillips head screws. We're gonna pop out the speaker and disconnect it from its harness. To remove the speaker connector, you just squeeze on the tabs on the side. Squeeze and those ears open up. And then just pull it out. Now we can loosen up this entire trim piece. We just want a little bit of slack, maybe that much. Now where the seat belt's at, you're gonna pull this as far back as you can. And you see that little trim retainer? Use your trim tool to remove that. Separate those 2 vents. At the top of the vent, we have 2 trim retainers. You're gonna remove that Phillips head screw in the middle of that retainer or loosen it up, and then it should be able to pop right out. Loosen it up and it pops right out. All right, so now this top piece is loose and we can see that there's a top vent And there's a middle vent piece right here with all the words. We're gonna slide that middle vent up into the top vent like that. And then we can move this guy slightly to the side like that, to the corner. Don't remove it from the upper or from the lower vent piece. And now we can see that we have plenty of space to access those bolts. And we got the motors out. It wasn't that difficult, right? Replacement motors from the salvage yard cost me about 75 bucks. They are getting kind of hard to find, so be wary of that. If you find a spot that sells them or rebuilds them, drop it down in the comments. So not much to it when putting these back into position. Just don't drop any of the bolts into the abyss, because it's going to be kind of hard to fish them out. So be very careful when setting these back into position. Here's a quick run through of the reassembly on the passenger side. Clip this piece in first, and then you're going to have this molding cover that runs on this side. Make sure that covers this trim piece. Same with this part of the molding, make sure it covers that trim piece. That should give you alignment to put your speaker back into position. Screw it back in. At the bottom over here, between the two vents, make sure you have that retainer covering them up. There's two retainers at the top vents right here, at the top vent. And for this bottom piece, it has four clips that secure onto these four holes on the upper trim piece. I kind of wedged this in position and then pushed it to the left. And don't forget the trim piece at the cargo area. And that's gonna wrap it up for this video. See ya in the next one.